Board of Commissioners.
Resolution number 45426. Resolution authorizing a memorandum of understanding with Champions Bridge LLC for the adaptive reuse, remodeling, and development of a proposed 100-unit community-serving housing project in the amount of $1,500,000.
Good morning, Commissioners. Robin Moorhead, Assistant Prosecuting Attorney, on behalf of Franklin County Prosecutor Shayla Favor. This resolution approves a grant to Champions Bridge in an amount not to exceed $1,500,000 for a 100-unit community-serving housing project that will be located at 1078 East Dublin Granville Road in Columbus, Ohio, Franklin County, Ohio. Champions Bridge is a Columbus, Ohio-based social impact venture led by Maurice Clarett with a mission to meet vulnerable residents where they actually are rather than where systems expect them to be. Champions Bridge will undertake the adaptive reuse and remodeling of 2 underutilized former hotel buildings to develop the 100-unit community-serving housing project. This project will serve seniors on a fixed or limited income and pregnant women in need of stable, supportive housing and provide them with housing and supportive services at zero cost. Supportive services will be provided by Our Brother's Keeper. The maximum length of stay for residents of the project is undetermined and will depend on a variety of factors for the project's diverse resident population. The cost of resident stay at the project is funded by both local public and private organizations. As a condition of receiving the county grant, Champions Bridge will cause the project to maintain its principal purpose for 30 years. They will also provide internet to the residential units at zero cost for a minimum of 30 years. Additionally, Champions Bridge warrants that it or any subsequent owner will maintain the project and project site and will not allow the project or project site to become subject to a nuisance action. In the event that Champions Bridge does violate any provision of the preservation and maintenance section of the MOU, the county has all of the remedies available to it at law and in equity, including the clawback of funding during the period of affordability as permitted by the MOU. I know that Chief Pride also has a few comments, and upon conclusion of those comments, pending any questions, we respectfully request your approval of this resolution.
Thank you, Robin. And Rochelle Pride, Chief of Economic Innovation and Development. First, would like to thank our Franklin County Prosecutor's Office for all of the due diligence and support in getting us here today. We are really excited to embark on this journey with Champions Bridge. We know housing, of course, is a basic need and the foundation in which everything rests. This endeavor strategically aligns with the objectives outlined in our upcoming Housing Action Plan, and we are dedicated to seeing this through. Before I turn it over to our guest, Mr. Maurice Clarett, I do want to make sure that we just thank our invaluable partners in this. First and foremost, our county teams, Deputy County Administrator Joy Bivens and our Health and Human Services Consortium, our Brother's Keeper, who is here with us today, as well as Chip Spinning with our Franklin County Children's Services Agency, our Juvenile Court and Judge Stroud, along with Franklin County Public Health and our Community Shelter Board. Without this collective impact and power of just all of the moving parts and pieces necessary to ensure accessibility to housing for our vulnerable populations, this would not be possible. I believe that Maurice and I had several conversations bringing this to fruition, several travels, working with our HUD federal partners to really make more opportunities like this possible across the nation, really rallying and advocating for a lot of the federal guidelines that we know can sometimes create challenges for these type of things to be embedded, but they listened and they're continuing to walk with us along with our state partners. So without further ado, I would like to turn it over to Mr. Clarett for additional comments. Thank you.
It's a hard fact to follow. So, no, I just wanted to say thank you to everybody. I was coming up here to say thank you to everybody. I think I've had more conversations with everybody in this room about just this project over the last, I don't know how long, about a year, to get it to this point. You know, I've been in this space for about 11 years, be it with housing people, being with rendering social services, and to try to condense it into a minute or 2 minute conversation is just a lot. But you know, it's just been a lot. I think you said a lot better than I would. I would probably trip over my own words just because I've never been to nothing like this. But it's been a phenomenal ride. One, happy that we can provide housing for the people in vulnerable populations. Obviously, those were things that helped me when I was going through my transition. Even more so when I was sitting there, I'm happy that just in Columbus, Ohio in general, I'm being recognized for doing something honorable. And to be in the space that I am with the university, with the county in general, I think it inspires people on so many levels. And a major shout out to one who's been walking this ride with me, our brothers keepers, Weston Parkade are here. And just to have phenomenal partners and just to be in a phenomenal place in life, I just enjoy it. And I want to thank you all for helping to make that happen. And I can give thank yous all day, but it's been a wonderful time in my life. It's a wonderful time right now. I just want to thank you all for helping make it happen.
Well done.
Does anybody have any comment?
I do.
Please.
Thank you for being here, and thank you for to everyone for bringing this resolution. When I think about the vulnerable populations that you are trying to serve, especially when it comes to pregnant women, we know that housing absolutely is a social determinant of health. And when we think about infant mortality, when we think about making sure that women can have a pregnancy that goes full term, and that they can have a healthy pregnancy and then make sure that their children or their child can get to their first birthday, housing is absolutely foundational to that. We also know that when we have women who can't find housing that go into our shelter system, it absolutely threatens them being able to bring their pregnancy to term and not deal with complications. And so I just think about how we don't have enough housing as it relates to women with children, but especially pregnant women. When I was in the legislature, there was a program called Healthy Beginnings at Home, and I think Franklin County also partnered with OSU and Celebrate One and others, and we knew that when you provided access to housing, that birth outcomes absolutely changed and improved. And so, I know that this absolutely will help youth and others, but I think especially for our pregnant women and making sure that we can have healthy babies and healthy pregnancies, it is crucial and foundational. I'll also say, all the work that you're doing in this space, like, you don't have to do it, right? But what was available to you to help you be successful and be able to move up an economic mobility ladder, that housing is absolutely foundational, and that you have worked with a number of partners and continue to work with partners to have an impact to make sure that everyone has the same opportunities to thrive and not just survive. And so I think this absolutely can be a model for this community and others, and I just want to thank you for your partnership and all that you're doing in this space.
Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner.
So, as a county commissioner, I would imagine my colleagues get it as well, but I get asked all the time, what are some of the biggest things that you work on? What are some of the most important things that you work on? And the answer for me is very simple. I always say housing, because whether we're working on poverty, whether we're working on, economic development, whatever it is that we're working on, it always comes back to housing. When we started doing the poverty blueprint work back in 2018, housing was at the core of everything else that drove the work of the poverty blueprint. And so we have been willing to partner with anybody in this housing space over the last several years. We partner with the business community, we partner with the city of Columbus, we partner with the state of Ohio, we partner with the federal government. We have been willing to partner with anybody to provide more housing in this community, whether we're providing new builds or we're providing affordable housing. We've always been willing to partner with anybody that we possibly could. This particular project is phenomenal because we're partnering not only with the state of Ohio, but we're partnering with the federal government. And so this has been something that's been intriguing from the minute you brought it to our attention and you brought it to us, because for that particular reason. And oh, by the way, you're providing the social services, the wraparound services that you're providing, so that we can address the needs of the clients that we serve and the agencies that we do. There's absolutely no reason why we wouldn't have been interested in this project from the moment you suggested it. So From the minute that Joy brought you to my office and said, hey, Maurice has got an interesting idea, I was in, I was bought. I was hook, line, and sinker because you were suggesting that we provide housing. You were suggesting that we provide housing with partners that we want to partner with, and you were suggesting that we do supportive services for the community and the folks that we serve on a regular basis. I'm excited for not only this project to be to get finished and on to doing what we're doing, but I'm excited for whatever other conversations we can continue to have in the future. So thank you for this work, and let's move on. So.
Good job. I don't have anything to add to that. If there are no further comments or questions, move for adoption of, where am I at here? 454-26.
Second. Moved and seconded, voting. Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Commissioner Crawley?
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady?
Yes.
Resolution number 454-26 has been adopted.
Thank you, Commissioners.
Thank you.